This customer ordered a Cars themed cake. Here's the inspiration photo she sent over. I started by adding this checkered print on the top tier, just alternating between white and black fondant squares. I then add this brown piece of fondant to the bottom tier, and rolling this onto my rolling pin and then unrolling it makes it a lot easier. I then just cut the excess off with my X-Acto knife. Using my edible printer, I made a whole bunch of little street signs. I attached white fondant behind them so that way the edible image does not bubble, and I applied those all around the top and bottom tier. Once I had them pretty scattered and even around the tiers, I move on to adding the cactus. They are also made out of fondant, and I used a darker green and a lighter green for this. I didn't add too many directly on the cake since there's going to be more added later. The next element to go on this cake was the little clouds on the bottom tier, so I just went all around that bottom base adding them. For the toppers, this customer had the option to do fondant figures or toys, and she went with the toy option. So of course I added that main character, Lightning McQueen, to the top. I made some stoplights out of fondant and I applied those to both tiers, and here we're adding more cactus. Just like the inspiration photo, I added these little traffic cones, and now it was time to add the little dead end signs. I attached them to skewers and then cut them to the size that I needed so it could give me the height that I wanted. The more I add, the more I go back and add a little bit more details. Now the top tier had some clouds as well, but these were more of that 3D look. I applied those on the sides and also on the top of the cake. A specific request the customer had was for this checkered print too to be on the cake, so I put that in the middle of the bottom tier just like the photo. Now I just go around the entire thing adding little rocks, and I'm using my buttercream to glue them to the cake. I make sure to place them in all the empty spaces in the front of the cake, and of course we can never forget the back, so I made sure to place them back there as well. For extra details in the back, I added these little tires that I had a silicone mold for, and I just made them out of black fondant. I added the birthday boy's name onto that top tier, and his name was Briggs. And I did use a silicone mold that I had for these letters. Now it was time to add the two toppers that go towards the bottom of the cake. I also attached these to lollipop sticks so that way they will stay on the cake and not fall over. I added Mater, and I can't remember the semi's name. I again just went back and added little details where I thought would fit best. And finally, this cake was all done. This customer also ordered cookies, so I will attach a photo at the end. And when she saw her cake, she absolutely loved it.